On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, we get real up close and personal and possibly flip some Coleman lanterns. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Chair Go, and I know today's video is a little bit different than usual, but you know what? This is the channel about making money and flipping cool things, and I found this lot of lanterns, all 4 of these Coleman lanterns, and a Nintendo Wii, and a 3-jaw puller and wire cutters at a garage sale, and I gave them $50 for all of this. And I think I just sold the Wii for $50. There's a guy that says he's on his way to pick that up. As long as that goes through, I have a bunch of free lanterns here that I can resell for probably a stack of money. I mean, honestly, these old school lanterns now are bringing about $50 a pop. So we're gonna clean them up, get them working, keep them around. So I've got some lanterns if the power ever goes out, or sell them and make some more money. So today we're gonna try to restore these guys. And I think what we're gonna do is start with this one because it seems like the easiest one. So this lantern is, of course, these are Coleman lanterns, Coleman gas lanterns. Wow, the Pyrex lettering on this is incredibly old. I thought this was a kind of a recent light, but somebody's added the flint igniter, which is always nice. Get the thing lit without having to stick anything up inside it. Coleman. This is a little bit of an old one. So Coleman, of course, is made right here in Wichita, which is why any self-respecting Wichitan refers to these as Coleman lanterns and Coleman fuel, and not white gas, as some people call it. If you're from Wichita, it's Coleman fuel. Of course, I went and bought some, so we can make these things run. Made in the United States of America, right down the road from my house here. I don't see a model, which is a little unfortunate. Let's just start taking this thing apart. So to take these lanterns apart, you pull off this brass nut on top, which doesn't look very brass anymore, but I promise you it is. Pull out the globe. Don't drop the globe. It is Pyrex, but it's not that tough. And this one still has mantles on it, which is pretty cool. And there's a little bit of junk in there. What we're gonna do is try to pour all the trash into this oil pan. So let's get busy pouring. We'll open up the fuel. Maybe. Wow. Those don't usually get stuck. Ooh, everything about this one looks a little rough. That's less than ideal. Now most of this trash is coming out of the center where this wasp's nest is, not coming out of the tank. Get the spiders out of here. I bet these old mantles work. I bet everything about this old lantern still works. Let's put some fuel in it. Funnel acquired. So the globe is really on these things to control the airflow around the mantles. There we go. So to light one of these things, you do need a good seal on the tank. Hopefully this will let us seal it up. I know the O-ring looks a little bit shot. Screw this thing down. Run the cleaner a couple times. It's a quarter turn, right? Open 1/4 turn to left. All right, so we're gonna pump it up. Yeah, looks like the pump does work. Ooh, this O-ring is toast. It started leaking immediately. I think this cap is gonna have to be replaced before we have any luck with this lantern. Well, that lantern is temporarily down for the count. Well, let's move on to this one that's seen better days. This one's probably gonna start. Has the Coleman reflector added onto it. Mantles are falling off of it. But it does have, I think this is, yep, look at that. Wow, that's cool. OG Coleman mantles in here. Silk light mantles, 37 cents for 2. And a new generator. And more mantles, just quite a few mantles in here. And of course this has an O-ring seal so that everything you keep in the base of your lantern stays dry and in good shape. Unfortunately, the ring's bad there. But I'm gonna assume this one starts right up, because it looks like it's in a bit better shape, even if the screw up here is bent. Which we can definitely bend back. We gotta put mantles on this one. Pull these things off of here, get the vacuum out. Okay, we'll dump out any old fuel in this thing. Oh, the fuel looks great. There was honestly no reason to dump this fuel out. That looked absolutely flawless. So let's put a little bit more in here. So we're not going to use those old school new mantles that were in the bottom of this thing. We're going to use some brand new ones. These are the current Coleman ones that are easier to install. You don't have to tie them on like the old ones. The old ones had little laces. These new ones have metal clips to make your life easy. You just work them up over and then flip the clip over itself and it's on. No work at all compared to the old school mantles. So there we go. Run the clean. Time to pump this up. We'll open the pump valve here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, do this to 35 or some ridiculous number and then just close it. And then we'll crack the thing, the main valve open and give it a little fire. That should have done it. Oh! Didn't even burn the hair off my hand. Check it out. She's warming up. I don't think I needed that much gas that fast. Looks pretty bright to me. There's full gas. You gotta let the generator heat up, and the mantles themselves, the fire heats up the generator and turns the liquid gas into an actual gas, you know. That's when it starts to burn efficiently, once it's burning gas instead of the liquid there. Let's do it again with this one, which actually looks pretty modern. It's a 220J. That one's a 220K. Wow, this one's got some crazy wasp's nests in it. We'll actually clean this one up. Let's start with all the animals and wasps and everything that are in this thing. We'll start by vacuuming. So the 220J is getting a quick wipe down with some Meguiar's hyper dressing here, just because it's what I like to use on car interiors, and I know it should work pretty well on this paint. So not too aggressive of a clean here, just a wipe down. Just enough to kind of bring it back. That lantern looks a lot better. I got the mud dauber nest out of there, cleaned it all up, and we need to dump out the fuel tank, but I'd say everything else looks excellent. And the top hat, whatever, flue, that looks really, really good. So let's move the active lantern away a little bit here. That thing's still rocking and rolling, since I'm gonna pour this fuel out right here. I have not pumped that lantern up once. Ooh, the fuel looks terrible though. Wow, I think it was full. This had some really nasty fuel in it, I'll tell you that. Almost either that or it was gasoline. Time to hook it up with some mantles. Slide our new mantles on. Give them a flip. Point the wires towards the back. Ooh, I think this pump's bad. Oh no. Well, who would have thought the one that looks the best was also the broken one. And this one is on hold until I can buy a new pump. So we are down to this one, which is the last one of the bunch and is in the worst shape. Unfortunately, this one has a broken globe. So we'll pull off the weird handle that nobody wants. I mean, come on. I get the reflectorness of it, but it has a built-in handle. It's like way cooler to use that handle too. All right, pull this one apart as well. Of course, sounds like it has fuel left in it as well. I think this one has a bad pump too. The test doesn't work when it's closed. I think we might have a whole slew of dead pumps in these lanterns. Can you guys believe people used to actually use these instead of flashlights? Like, we grew up doing that, but it's so weird to think about now. This is my old stove. Fired up. Been a long time since this has been running, that's for sure. So this thing's pretty cool because the generator is this stick and the stove burner actually heats the generator. This whole thing should run, I don't see any reason it wouldn't. There we go. Not bad at all. No explosion. Always fun lighting these things. Now we're cooking with gas, literally. So there's another valve here on the end for the second burner. And we'll flip up the lever so I can actually use the thing. And nice hot blue flame. And we're gonna try this one again. Yep, we got good pressure on this thing now. Oop, is that thing running out of gas over there? About time. Hey! We win again! So I swapped the other, the 220Es. I just swapped their caps. This one holds pressure. Let this thing warm up and give it some heat. That's two. I think this valve shot on this one. Oh, look at that. Fuel everywhere. Valve needs repacked. But we had it going. I shouldn't have messed with it. Oh! Extra fire! Anyway, the goal here is just to run all these out of their fuel, and then it'll store them properly. You want, if they're completely out, like best way to store small engines too. There's nothing to build up in the lines, and no problems down the road. No way! Here goes the third one! Alright, that one hates its life. That one definitely needs a lot of help. You can still see, I think the generator is bad. There's a lot of liquid coming out of the mantle still. This one runs wonderfully. Obviously the stove's not gonna let me down. It's been mine, it's taken care of. I keep it in a cabinet and it has no reason to fail on me. Now this one is starting up for the first time. Man, they're smoky when they first start with new mantles. All that's left is this one. Obviously the pump is bad on this one. I was like, I've got an air compressor. I've got a pump right there. So I started the air compressor with basically no pressure, gave it a shot, and boom, ready to roll. So any second now, this thing will be ready to go to high power. And I think this will be the brightest and best one. It's obviously the newest one. So it's gonna rock and roll. It's been about a minute. Think we can add some power. Yeah! Too much power. Great success. And this should be the last one. Let's see if we can do it. Come on. I can hear it. So this one had all leather seals in it, so I oiled the cap and, you know, used the most expensive oil in the world. It's definitely the best oil. I'm still blowing a little bit of gas through this. But anyway, I oiled the pump as well, took it apart. It has all leather seals in it. There we go. Now we should have a lot of gas. There it goes. Come on, girl. Look at that. That's all four. We did it. Let this generator warm up and I think this one will burn. Unbelievable. That other one's still fighting over there. We're not getting enough gas through this one. Oh, it's going. The 220K is running. The 220J needs a pump. And my two 220Es, I think one is an early, this is like a very early 220E, and this one is a slightly later 220E based on the pattern around the neck here. This just seems to be a slightly later version of it. Both of these need help, obviously a seal kit, and I'll rebuild the pumps or put pumps in them, and we'll be back on the road with all these lanterns. Even if they cost a few dollars, it's just super cool to keep them running. Even if they're just gonna die again down the road. That 220K was really taken care of. Somebody cared about that one. It looks like the pump might have been replaced based on how clean it is. And of course, all the extra lanterns and generator in the bottom. I just need a new ring to put that little base back on it. The people I bought these from said they sell storage units out. And I'm sure they got all these for free. So I think they were happy with my 50 bucks. I, of course, will get my 50 bucks back out of the Wii. And then I'll have some lanterns or sell some lanterns and get 50 bucks a pop out of these things, I would assume. That seems to be, some of these are worth hundreds of dollars. Some of the old Army multi-fuel ones, and some of these just old 220s probably even, are worth a pretty good chunk of change to people that collect lanterns. So anyway, that is it for today, guys. This was a lot of fun. I hope you maybe learned something about lanterns, saw something new. And it was interesting, and if not, back to cars on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjargo.com where you can get cool shirts just like this, and please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time.